When did screaming until you bled save your siblings? Every year on Christmas, my parents auctioned off which child would be allowed to speak for the next year. The others were sworn to complete silence because they believed words were precious family resources. My parents were professors. Mother taught language studies. Father taught philosophy. They believed speech was a limited resource, that only one child per year deserved the right to use their voice. I have 3 siblings. Older brother Atlas, twin sister Minerva, younger brother Felix. Every Christmas morning, we'd sit in the living room for the auction. We bid our possessions, our grades, our freedom, anything to win the right to speak. The rules were simple. 1 child talks, 3 stay silent, no whispering, no laughing, no crying out loud. Break the rule, you got locked in the reflection room, a soundproof basement closet. I watched this destroy us. Atlas won at 15 by giving up his college money. He spent the year making us do everything because we couldn't say no. Minerva won next by quitting dance. She used her voice to report every mistake we made. When you couldn't speak, you disappeared. Teachers thought we were rude. Kids avoided us. At home, the speaking child got everything while we existed like furniture. Parents bragged about their new way of raising kids at dinner parties. Academic friends took notes while we served food silently. They'd point at us like lab rats. The Christmas I turned 14, I'd been silent 2 years straight. I bid everything. Money, phone, perfect grades. But Felix won by promising to skip grades. He was only 11. That year broke me. Felix went crazy with power immediately. Made us redo his homework until perfect. Told mom if we took too long in the bathroom. Described our food at dinner while we ate in silence. I kept a hidden journal. Wrote down every day of forced silence. Every punishment. Every time we got sick but couldn't tell anyone. 10 months in, I found Minerva's note. She'd been recording our parents. Hours of them discussing their experiment. Planning to write papers about us. Talking about expanding it. Maybe only one child could eat certain foods. We weren't their children. We were research. 2 weeks before Christmas, I broke. I screamed. Screamed until my throat bled. They dragged me to the reflection room, but I kept screaming. For hours. When they let me out, Mother said I'd ruined the data. Father said I'd destroyed 4 years of work. They decided I'd be silent for 3 years straight, no matter who won. That night, I took Minerva's recordings and my journal. Walked to my teacher's house. Showed her everything. Years of silence poured out. She called CPS from her kitchen. By morning, social workers were at our house. Parents tried explaining their smart way to divide talking. Showed charts and data. Even had papers from colleagues supporting them. But then Minerva spoke. Atlas spoke. Little Felix spoke. 4 voices that had been controlled for years, all talking at once. Social workers found the reflection room, the auction records, videos of us serving guests in silence. We were removed that day. Different relatives took each of us. I went to my aunt. The first month, I couldn't stop talking. Read signs out loud. Narrated everything. Aunt said I was making up for lost time. Parents lost their jobs. Turns out experimenting on your kids breaks rules about right and wrong. They tried publishing their research anyway. No one would touch it. But here's what they don't tell you about freedom. It doesn't fix what's broken. I'm 19 now. I talk constantly. Can't stop. My roommate complains. Says it's not normal. She's right. Minerva still only whispers. Even when she's alone. Like her voice might run out. Atlas stutters so bad he won't order food at restaurants. 4 years later still stutters. Felix won't speak to adults. Any adults. His teachers email his foster parents because he won't answer questions. We try video calls sometimes. 4 broken voices trying to connect. Usually we give up after 10 minutes. Too hard. Too much damage. My parents sent 1 letter. Said we'd destroyed important research. Said we'd chosen emotion over logic. I sent back nothing. What's the point? They experimented on their own kids and still think they were right. Sometimes I dream I'm in the reflection room. Wake up trying to scream but no sound comes out. Have to touch my throat to make sure I can still talk. We're free but we'll never be normal. 4 kids who learned words were weapons. Who spent years in silence. Who talk wrong now. Too much or not enough. That's the permanent damage. Not the silence itself. It's that we'll never know how to use our voices right. Never trust that words are really ours to use. Freedom doesn't erase the years they stole. We're just broken in different ways now.